Right now at 5, a commonly used walking and biking path covered in crime tape. Details on an overnight deadly shooting. Plus, get ready for a bang. The demolition plan taking shape that starts with explosives targeting a water tower. And how some local teens volunteering to help their peers in some of their darkest moments are shining a national light on the work they do. Our top story here at 5, one person is dead and 2 others injured after an overnight shooting in southeast Portland. Thanks so much for being with us. I'm John Adams. It happened in an area popular for walkers and cyclists near the base of the Tillicum Crossing Bridge. Kyle Laboshi is joining us now from the newsroom with those details. Kyle?
At this point, we don't know who pulled the trigger or why, but witnesses say dozens of people were in the area for an outdoor rave and dance party. One of Portland's most popular weekend routes for runners and cyclists interrupted.
You can't get through here. It's all congested.
By a sprawling crime scene near the base of the Tillicum Crossing Bridge in southeast Portland.
I mean, we were going to come down over there, and then there was police tape. And then when we come up this way, there's more police tape. And then we come even further, there's more police tape.
Dozens of yellow evidence markers dotted the street as investigators pieced together an overnight shooting in the area of Southeast Water Avenue and Carruthers.
It happened so fast that I didn't know what was going on, honestly.
Witnesses say gunfire broke out about 2:45 a.m.
It was at least 10 shots.
A group of young people were in the area for an impromptu dance party.
It's always a lot of fun down here. There's DJs and stuff, and it's always a fun time, people dancing and stuff, and then this happens, and it's kind of, yeah, it definitely ruins it for everybody.
At this point, it's not clear what motivated the shooting.
You got to think that maybe it was some sort of drug deal gone wrong or something, or just something, because there was no yelling. There was just the gunshots.
Medics transported one patient with a gunshot wound. Police say it was non-life threatening.
Coming code 3 with a 20-year-old GSW to the upper left chest.
A private vehicle rushed another patient to the hospital. Investigators say a third victim turned up dead at a gas station a mile and a half away.
When I came over here, the first thing I saw was just cop cars and a body laying there.
This early morning shooting cost one person their life and left a web of crime tape across a busy section of inner southeast Portland. So far, police have not identified the victim killed in this morning's shooting or provided their age.
All right, our Kyle Laboshi tonight. Thank you so much for that report, Kyle. Well, new here at 5, the Clark County Sheriff's Office is investigating a deadly shooting, and they do have a person in custody. It happened just after 1 this morning at Hawkinson Meadows Park in Brush Prairie. First responders arrived to find an 18-year-old man with a gunshot wound to the chest. He would be pronounced dead on scene. Police there say there was a group of people at the park when a gun went off. They arrested 18-year-old James Gill, who knows the victim, and booked him on manslaughter charges. Beaverton police are asking for help identifying a man suspected in a bias crime attack. It happened back on July 10th. Investigators say the victim, who is Latino, was remodeling a business off of Southwest 3rd and Collins. That's when the suspect, the person in these photos that we've been showing, approached him. Authorities say the suspect told the victim, quote, "You don't belong here," before tackling him to the ground and punching him multiple times in the face. The victim and witnesses say the suspect also yelled racial slurs. If you recognize him, contact Beaverton Police. Well, let's take a live look outside right now. It's been an overcast day across the area, which has kept those temperatures in check. Meteorologist Joe Ranieri is joining us with a first look at the forecast. Joe?
Yeah, definitely not feeling like August 15th out there this afternoon and evening. We've topped out with temperatures in the low 70s. What I've been paying close attention to are the thunderstorms that have been kind of bubbling up along the Oregon-Idaho border just south of Pendleton near Baker City. Now, red flag warning is in place until late tonight because of the high fire danger threat. Of course, very dry, low relative humidity, also picking up some pockets of hail mixed in. Here's a live look outside Timberline Lodge showing you some of the smoke and haze throughout central Oregon right now. Don't expect to see those thunderstorms push off to the west a little bit, but but still there could be a little bit of some claps of thunder here and there throughout the higher elevations this evening. As we look at the wind, we're going to be looking at gusts near the Dalles tonight and early tomorrow up to 15 to 20 miles an hour. The winds will kind of be out of the story by tomorrow, though. We do have the air quality alert until late tonight throughout parts of central Oregon along the foothills of the mountains. Red flag warning is in place until late tonight because of that high fire danger. Coming up in my detailed forecast, John, we have a very comfortable forecast ahead that stretches all the way into next weekend. I'll have the details on that in just a couple minutes.
All right, Joe, thanks so much. To our wildfire coverage now. Crews are making progress on containing the grasshopper fire, which of course is burning southeast of Mount Hood. Looking at the current evacuation map, the Elk Mountain zone has been downgraded to level 2, be set. Cooper Spur South now at level 1, be ready. Badger Creek is still in level 3, go now. As of this morning, the wildfire is 30% contained and has burned nearly 87,000 acres. 6 homes have been destroyed. Favorable weather conditions will help crews secure fire lines, but crews warned that people could see increased smoke today. Developing out in the Pacific, Hurricane Lala is lashing parts of Hawaii. Today, the National Hurricane Center upgraded Lala from a tropical storm to a Category 1 hurricane. The storm is battering parts of Hawaii with strong winds and heavy rain. Forecasters say Lala is expected to come close to the Big Island and may make landfall there. If that does happen, it would be the first hurricane to directly strike the state in more than 30 years.
I am kind of nervous about it, but we're gonna hunker down. We're gonna stay safe.
Governor Josh Green has declared a statewide emergency. Joe will be back with a detailed outlook later on in the show. In national health news, FDA officials are in Mexico inspecting the Taylor Farms facility, which has been linked to a multi-state outbreak of cyclospora. The FDA says more than 9,400 people have fallen ill. Nearly 400 people have been hospitalized. 2 people have died. Most people became ill before Taylor Farms recalled the lettuce on July 17th. The FDA says it believes that all recalled lettuce tied to the outbreak is now off the market. New documents show the Department of Homeland Security might be looking to purchase the privately owned ICE detention facility in Tacoma, Washington, raising concerns about how conditions could change on the inside. That's the facility where many people detained by ICE here in Oregon end up. A Tacoma City Council member says the potential sale could lead to even less transparency about the facility.
Our governor and our attorney general have done great with pushing and to see where those lines are and to do all that we can at our level. But again, that's going to always be limited as long as it's contracted with the federal government.
The Northwest ICE Processing Center is currently holding more than 140 detainees. It's worth noting DHS has not mentioned the facility by name in those documents. An agency spokesperson says the document was put out, quote, for market research purposes only. Along the Portland waterfront, there's a new plan to demolish the century-old mill that officials say is on the verge of collapse. On Friday, Portland's Director of Permitting and Development said crews will begin demolishing the century-old building on Monday, 2 weeks after it caught fire. Tomorrow, crews will wet down the building to keep dust from spreading, including asbestos and also lead. They estimate the building will be reduced to half its weight in 2 weeks, at which time they hope to remove the protective barriers.
Look, I know that this fire has been very inconvenient on folks. We're doing everything we can to bring this building down expeditiously, and we'll continue to provide updates and be as transparent as possible.
The building isn't just a demolition site, it's also still the scene of an investigation after canines alerted there may be human remains inside the rubble there. Officials are urging everyone to stay outside the perimeter and to keep drones out of the air. Well, this weekend, visitors finally got a look inside the brand new Belmont Library in Southeast Portland. The new building more than double the size of the original library while also keeping the old space, a brick building that dated all the way back to 1924. Officials say this library is one of the busiest in the entire county, yet before construction had one of the smallest footprints. Thanks to a voter-approved bond, Multnomah County could fix that problem and bring in all new features from a kids' room, a teen space, updated technology, modern self-checkout systems, and more.
This library is very special, both because it's a milestone in completing the last major project of the overall library capital bond program on time, on schedule, on budget. So it's a big, big deal, but it's also a really big deal for the Belmont community.
Annie Lewis, the director of libraries, calls the project community-driven, with thousands of Portlanders weighing in about what they wanted to see from this space.